What's up, YouTube? It's the girl from the Smart Family, and I'm here today, maybe with a story time or my experience on getting pregnant at 16. So if you're new here and you're not yet subscribed, please do so. And if you're a returnee, welcome again. And always remember to smash the like button and leave me a comment, okay? So why I choose to do this story today, I don't know, but I think I was like in the mood to do put up a content today, and I'm like, oh, what should I do? Should I do a little story time, or it still will be a story time because I'm telling my story about getting pregnant at 16, having my daughter when I'm 17. So I get pregnant in the same year, and I have my daughter in the same year. So where should I start? Okay. Anyhow, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just checking to see if my lights are off because I'm sitting in my car. So why I get pregnant at 16 March. So I get pregnant in March, 16 years old, and I turn 17 August. Sorry about that. I turned 17 August, and I have my daughter December. Yeah, 17. Sorry about that, guys. So, like I was saying, yes, I have my daughter when I was 17. Get pregnant at 16, like 5 months before I'm 17, and have her when I'm 17. So, my first experience with their dad, doing it, and I get pregnant. If you want to believe, you believe. If you don't want, yeah, don't have to. I'm telling my story. It's my truth, my story. So, getting pregnant at 16, having my daughter at 17, I was scared of telling my mom. I was in 10th grade, almost to go in 11th grade. A couple months I will be in the 11th grade. So I was like, I missed my period because I started to my period at 15. Yes, I don't mature early. Start busting breasts at 15. See my period at 15. Yes. So my first child, having her at 17, I'm like, what am I going to tell my mom? So I'm like, I have an aunt that she's my mom's sister, my mom of two sisters. So she was my favorite aunt. I always can tell her anything, sit down with her, talk about anything. So I realized that at this in my period, I was scared. I cried. I'm like, oh. I used to have some friend when I was in church at 14. I spoke to them and like, I don't see my period. One specific person. So I'm like, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I'm going to tell my mom. I don't know how to tell my mom. I'm not telling my mom. I'm going to go by my aunt's house. Like, my mom wouldn't watch that because my aunt always come for me. So I always back and forth at my aunt's house because she always like travel with me, go anywhere she was going. At that time, she didn't have any kids, so she would like take me anywhere because I used to close with her and one of my uncle that passed. So I was like, I'm going to my aunt. So I sit down with my aunt and I tell my aunt, and I'm like, I go to school with my tummy was 4 months. I'm like, because I was very slim. So I'm like, wow, I wish I was going to get graduated at this time so I could graduate and nobody knows. So when my skirt started to get tight on me, I'm like, I can't do this no more. So I go by my aunt and I tell my aunt, and I'm like, I'm getting rid of this, but young, didn't know what to do, don't know how to. Now, what I know now, if I know then, maybe I would get rid of my daughter. Gladly, I didn't get rid of her because I love her. I'm proud of her. Fast forward. Anywho, I tell my aunt, and I'm like, I have to get rid of it. My mom gonna kill me, da da da. I'm still at my aunt's house, be there for a while. My mom didn't take nothing because I always at my aunt's house. Because her sister were close and so forth, so she didn't take it as nothing because my mom has 7 kids, so you know. So I'm like, okay. My aunt like, okay. I'm like, she said, what? I said, what can I get to get rid of it? And she like, okay. But God didn't want my daughter to get rid of. I tried. I drink something. I'm not gonna tell you what. I drink something. At that time, I was scared. I drink something even when I'm drinking the thing. I'm scared. But God didn't want me to get rid of my daughter. I tell my daughter this story, so don't think if they see this video they're gonna hate me or whatever. No. I share everything with my kids. I have 6 kids. The oldest, I share stuff with them. So I always tell them things. I share things with them now they're older. Even before they're older, when my daughter was like 12, I will tell her stuff because she was very alert. So I'll tell her stuff. So I'm like, I drink this thing that my aunt gave me, and God didn't want me to get rid of my first blessing. So I drink it. I know it went down, but 2 seconds after, I carry everything up. My nose, I throw up so badly. So I'm like, I don't know if this worked, and da da da. Months after, we see no period. So I'm like, oh my God, my mom is gonna kill me. So I stay at my aunt's house for like 2 or 3 months, and my mom like, I noticed something because my mom will know when like certain time. I'm like, when I can't go to school no more because my tummy will be showing. So now she realized I'm not going to school like for a month. So I'm like, she's like, not for a month, for a couple of weeks. So she's like, what happened? You're not going to school? So my aunt was the one, I think, I don't remember. Oh, my mom know if I tell her directly or my aunt, but she finds out, and she didn't like get mad at me or do nothing to me or whatever. Because when I was growing up, I wouldn't give my mom trouble. I would like, the most thing I'll do like with my friends, neighbors or stuff, or we would go like, and I started to date my kid's father. I was visiting my neighbor, that's my childhood friend husband. At the time, he was her boyfriend, and I would follow her from my community to another community to visit her boyfriend. So my boyfriend, my baby daddy, and I was going to school, and we did the friends, we did the talk, because he was partying with some guys that like, I don't really, I wasn't meshing with them, so I didn't talk to him while we were in school. He was 1 year older than me. He is 1 year older than me, so I didn't talk to him while I was in school. So by following my girlfriend to look for her boyfriend at the time, we started to talk because it's the same community, and he always at that spot with them. So I'm like, oh, okay, I know you from school, da da da. He said, I know you from school, da da da. So when my tummy started to show now, I was so scared what I'm gonna do. I'm not going back to my mom's house to live, da da da. But she eventually tell me to come home and whatever, it's okay. Because my older sister at the time have her 2nd child at that time. So yeah, but she wasn't living with us. But I know a lot of teenage mom out there. I know their struggles. Thank God my 2 oldest didn't have to struggle with their first pregnancy at their age. My first daughter had her first baby at, she's now 25, I think 20, and my other daughter had her first baby at 19. So yeah, but they didn't have struggle because I stood up with them. But at the time, my mom was supporting me. She was helping me. My aunt was helping me. My mom was helping me. She buys stuff for me. At the time of delivery, my mom gave me money. At the time, we have to pay for delivery fee. My daughter father would give me what he had because he was still young too and working a small job. So he was supporting me with whatever I need, but it wasn't enough. So my mom would give me whatever. So at the time, my mom would take up most of my responsibility. So my mom would take up most of my responsibility. At the time of delivery, my daughter was born December 23rd. I went in the 22nd around in the afternoon, and I have her like 7 after 7. She was a 7-pound baby, and I came out the hospital I think it's the next morning, yeah, because I have her in the evening after 7, and I came out. It wasn't hard. I wouldn't say it was easy either, because when my daughter was 3 months old, I would have to get up and go work a 9 to 5. When I would be at work, my breast would be like this big in my chest, hurting me. Sometimes I have to go into the bathroom, spray it out, put. At that time, I didn't know about breast pad. I would have to fold the baby rugs or some thick rugs and put in, because I have to do what I have to do as a young mom. My mom moved from our community. I was born in the ghetto, raised in the ghetto of Montego Bay, St. James. But I didn't want to go live with my mom. When she moved and I realized where she moved to, we have to catch water and light was a problem. I'm like, I'm living in the ghetto and I don't have to do much like that. So I moved back at my grandma's house, because she was living at my grandma's house, but she built on my grandma's house at the time, and she lived one room on the house. It was board, and I'm like, At that time, I didn't have a bed. At 17, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? I started to say, if I go to my mom's house, I won't want to stand up as a young mom, knowing somebody's depending on me. So I'm like, I have to do what I have to do for my daughter. Now I'm a mom. I have somebody depending on me. And once I have my baby, my heart move. I don't think about nobody else but my child. The bond that I have with my daughter, the struggle that I have with her, it let me get stronger for my daughter to be there. I'm so overprotective at that time. I don't want to leave her, but I have to leave her to go and make money so I can provide for me and her the way I wanted, because at the end of the day, my mom wasn't around. She was there, but she wasn't there, because she have to do what she have to do for several of us. She will be always outside grinding to make money to put food on the table, send us to school and so forth. So she will always come home late or whatever, sometimes or whatever. So sometimes she gone early, come home late. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be there for my daughter, but I still have to work. And yeah, I went and I work and I sleep on cardboard. That time my baby daddy didn't know what I was sleeping on. My mom didn't know that I wasn't sleeping on a bed at that time. Then I got a mattress and I put the mattress. Then I started to save through a partner and buy my first bed. My uncle gave me a bed base, and so I buy my mattress and I started to buy my little stuff at 18, almost 19. I get pregnant with my second daughter. But that's a story. If you want to know that, leave it in the comment section. If you want me to continue part 2, I'll tell you about my second child. If you want to hear about my journey on my second pregnancy. But this story is for all the young mother out there. So this story is for all the young mother out there struggling. You can make it if you make up your mind, if you push harder, if you tell yourself that I can do it, you can. And you have to have the mindset and the ambition to want to do it, and know that yes, somebody's depending on you. It's not just you now. So, and grow that bond with your child or with your children. So yeah, this is my story time of getting pregnant at 16, and I have no regret having my daughter now, even though I want to do so. But God said no, and she's here for a reason. And my daughter loved me so much, and I tell all of them whatever I wanted to do, because she wasn't the first one. But if you want to hear story on part 2, let me know. Comment down below, leave me a like, share, and leave me a comment. And till next time, bye.